How you doing? This is Sean McVeigh with Sean's Outdoor Adventures, and I know a lot of you have been waiting to see me hunt my new property, my 10 acres that I bought in southern Iowa. I've been very excited to sit it. This afternoon, I'm cruising down to my property, but I gotta tell you, I'm a little bit worried. If you haven't heard, there was a massive EHD breakout in this area of the state. We've lost thousands of deer in this area of the state of Iowa. So going into this hunt, I'm really hoping to get a crack at, I had two 10-pointers that were all over my cameras all summer long. The one was about a 2.5-year-old, the other was a 3.5-year-old. Those were the best bucks I had on camera. And I thought, well, if I get a chance at this 3-year-old 10-pointer, I'll take a chance, I'll take that deer. And when I got to my property on this particular day, since the last time I checked my cards, I had not gotten a single buck picture except for a little scrawny 3-pointer. And I got very few trail camera pictures. So, for example, if I got an average of 150 pictures a month, I probably got about 25 to 35 pictures over the past month. The deer have just been decimated. And in fact, when I was walking out to my stand, there was a dead one right there on the ground.
That's from EHD. There's one dead deer. There's probably more around. I can smell dead deer.
Now, I haven't walked my whole property. There could be other dead deer in other areas of my property. This is just one that I walked across on my way to the stand. So I checked the one trail camera at one end of my property where I park, and there was a few doe pictures. That was it. Very discouraging. I tried to sneak around to the other end of my property and set up a stand. I didn't have a stand already set up back there. So I tried to quietly hang a hang on, and I did not see any deer at all during the sit. I did hear a group of coyotes spark up near the end of the hunt. So folks, I'm, going into this, I was excited to hunt my property. Having this EHD breakout was really a punch to the gut. The deer will come back. They'll bounce back. But I was a little bit encouraged because I actually bumped a big buck going into my stand. I didn't notice. So my property is long and narrow, and I went up the edge of it because the wind was blowing this way. But even still, I guess I made a little too much noise, and I bumped this buck, and I didn't know it because I didn't check this trail camera until I got down from the stand because I didn't want to spook the bedding area. And I could just tell this is a big mature deer. The way you can tell is how wide the neck is where it lands into the body of the deer. A fully mature buck, the bottom of that neck is going to land right into the brisket area of the deer. If you can see this deer here, this is a 2.5-year-old deer. The bottom of the neck lands here. The brisket is down here. So you see that distance? That's a 2.5-year-old. A mature deer, that neck is going to land down in the brisket. This is a 3.5-year-old deer, and the neck lands right here. The brisket begins here. So even with a 3.5, you have the neck landing just above where the brisket is. A mature deer, a fully mature deer, that neck lands down in the brisket. Look at these trail camera pictures. The buck was so close to my camera that all you can tell is this is a big mature buck. And there was just one picture where you could see he has a decent spread by seeing the one side. He has a good long main beam and a forked G2 on the right side. Don't know what the rest is, but this was a good buck. So that gives me a little encouragement despite this EHD. We're getting into the cooler months. EHD is caused by a bug that bites the deer and it kills them within a week. You need a good frost to kill that bug off. The temperatures are starting to drop, so hopefully this buck and a couple others are going to make it through. And I will wait until the rut kicks in before I go back to my property, because I need the bucks to be up and cruising looking for does to get a crack at one coming through my property. That's the only way, being that it's only 10 acres and the situation is just a little tough right now. The scripture verse for this video is Job 2:10. That's Job 2:10. I just think it's fitting for this situation. So stay tuned for the rut. Hopefully the rut's going to come together and I'll be able to get back to my property and hunt it. Thanks so much for tuning in. Until next time, take care and God bless.